Hey, how's it going everyone? My name is Ryan, and today I want to talk about something very interesting in the zombie storyline and the next DLC, which is possibly the Thundergun Returning. Now, many people may be very skeptical of this, and I would understand why, but there's a lot of evidence and a lot of new ciphers that actually kind of correlate with each other to kind of reveal that this may be returning very soon with Nikolai's DLC. Anyways guys, let's jump right into the video. So the first thing I want to say, guys, is the first DLC was Der Eisendrock, and we killed off Dempsey, and the whole map was based around Dempsey. The second map, Zetsubou no Shima, is based around Takio, and the last DLC we'll actually have regarding one of the characters is Nikolai, who is a Russian soldier that was actually captured and turned into a test subject. Now, the fact that he's Russian and the fact that Der Eisendrock was really not kind of based around any American things, but Zetsubou no Shima is very Japanese. There's a lot of Japanese words, symbols, etc., and that kind of relates to Takio, is reason enough to believe that DLC 3 will be regarding a Russian setting as well as Russian words, Russian ciphers, etc., etc. So keep that in mind, guys, as we will probably be seeing a lot of Russian settings and Russian stuff coming with the next DLC when we actually kill off Nikolai, who is Russian. Keep that in mind once again, that's a very important fact for this video. But the thing is, guys, the Thundergun was originally designed by a Russian team of scientists. This is actually heard in a radio in Ascension from Black Ops 1 Zombies, which I will now play for you all.
That our craft will be far superior to whatever the Americans, or should I say, Canadians, are developing. Finally, Project Thunder is nearing completion. My staff has assured me that the remaining issues of the effective range and power cell size will be solved within the next few months.
So as you guys heard in the Ascension radio, it basically just talks about Project Thunder. Now this is also very important because in a cipher in Zetsubou no Shima, it actually regards one of these projects from the Russians that the Russians actually stole from the Germans. Now this is important because it was actually once theorized that Maxis developed the DG2 because in Kino der Toten, we actually hear Richtofen say when he gets the Thundergun, this is what Maxis was holding out on me basically. He kept it a secret from Richtofen because he did not trust him, and again, Richtofen and Maxis are Germans, and the Thundergun was developed by the Russians. Keep that in mind and read the cipher. This cipher was cracked by certain persona on the Call of Duty Zombie forum, so credit to him for this and the image. So basically guys, this cipher reads, Comrade, I hope these schematics reach you in time so our scientists can make use of them, for I know the Western Front is on the brink of collapse. These schematics I have stolen from Group 935 will enable us to construct our own wonder weapons, which will help us turn the tide of the war and give us victory over the German pigs. I fear, however, I will not live to see this. -V. So basically, guys, this is a Russian, cipher that is actually sent to the Russian scientists saying that they actually stole plans from the German Group 935. Now, this makes a lot of sense because the German Group 935 is what Richtofen and Maxis are a part of, and the Thundergun was actually developed by the Russians. Could this cipher be talking about the plans that they stole from the Germans to give to the Russians, or the Russian scientists, to actually develop the wonder weapon known as the Thundergun? This does make a lot of sense, guys, but if we look at Zetsubou no Shima, there are even more ties to the God of Thunder and Thunder weapons, actually maybe happening in a future DLC. So if you guys actually Google the Skull of Nansapui, you won't find anything besides a bunch of videos. But if you Google Nansapui, it'll actually talk about the invasion of Pompeii, which we kind of know as Zetsubou no Shima, since it's an island. But it also talks about how this guy's name, his name is Iso Kalel, and his father is actually the thunder god known as Nansapui. Nansapui had committed adultery with his wife of the Sudanlar Lord, and in anger, the Lord actually sent out to capture Nansapui. So I'm thinking, guys, the reason why we have the Skull of Nansapui is in this Greek mythology, he is killed off, and that skull is actually tied back into zombies. I think it's really cool that they actually use mythology and stuff to get these names and to give all the backstory of zombies. I think that's really cool. But the really interesting thing is that they actually talk about the Nansapui and the Skull of Nansapui, and Nansapui is actually a thunder god. This kind of ties in with the cipher we see in Zetsubou no Shima, and it kind of talks about thunder weapons because, the thunder god, and there's also one more thing here quick that actually kind of references the thunder god. So the final thing today, guys, is the upgraded marshals are called the Param and Velas. Now, if you guys actually Google Param or Paran, you guys will find that this guy is the highest god and the god of thunder and lightning. Now this is just maybe a coincidence that all this stuff is kind of tied together in one map, but at the same time, guys, there's a lot of information here and a lot of stuff, kind of regarding the Thundergun possibly returning with Nikolai's DLC. He's a Russian. It's a Russian gun. It was developed by the Russians. There's a bunch of kind of things supporting it in this map. And as we saw from Eisendrock, the Skull of Non-Sepoy was in a cipher, and that actually came true. So all this stuff regarding the Thundergun and Thunder weapons for the Russians, could this possibly mean that we'll actually have a box buyable wonder weapon, or a buildable wonder weapon that is in fact either the Thundergun or close to it? I want to say yes, and all this information backs it up. But what do you guys think personally? Let me know down below in the comment section with your opinions and your thoughts on this. Leave a like if you guys have enjoyed today's video, and subscribe if you are new to my channel for the latest and greatest Black Ops 3 Zombies content. With that being said, this is all for today's videos. Thank you guys all for watching. My name is Ryan. Until next time, I'm out. Peace.